Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Everybody on Discord. I haven't decided if I'm going to make this public yet. Not sure if I'm ready to come back to YouTube constantly. So, apologies for not being in Discord really or anything like that. A couple of the members did know. After 4 years, I guess it's almost 4 years now since the whole thing started back then. COVID finally caught up to me, and it whooped my butt. Testing negative now and all that kind of stuff, but it really did some work on my upper respiratory system, my sinuses and my lungs. So currently I am on prednisone, an extremely powerful steroid, and I take 3,000 milligrams a day of amoxicillin. Typical dose is 500 milligrams to 853 times a day. I take 1,000. That's the kind of number it did on it. So you'll have to excuse me for me not being on Discord or posting stuff or anything like that. Basically, I spent the last 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, what have you, curled up in my lazy boy on the couch or in bed, sipping green tea, and playing on my Nintendo Switch. There was just no way I was sitting at a computer for like 2, 3, 5, 8 hours a day kind of thing like normal. On the plus side, I did pick up some maps for American Truck Simulator. I picked up the 3 outstanding states. What do we got there? Nebraska, Kansas, and Arkansas. Missouri is the next one. I expect that'll come out probably to maybe Thanksgiving. I'm usually pretty good at predicting when they're going to come out with it. It updated to version 1.51, 1.52 is imminent coming. This is the Flight Factor 777-200 ER in Vietnam Airlines livery. It's very appropriate. I don't know why there's so many ANA aircraft here, but okay, I'll take it. We are at Tan Son Yat International in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And I want some Thai curry, so we are going to fly to Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know if I've done a video on the channel going there. I can't even check anymore because I deleted all the previous videos on the channel. Except for a few that were kind of favorites of mine. That were some of the newer ones I did. Other than that, I wiped all the old ones out. It was getting too hard to manage everything and all that. I had like 700 videos or something like that. And it was like trying to find something and that. It was like getting... And a lot of the stuff would have been out of date. You know, some of it goes back to when Microsoft Flight Simulator first came out and stuff like that. And back in XP12, which is still perfectly viable. I actually did a flight this morning in XP11. Still functions. On a beta version of Xenviro, thanks to Magnus from xenviro.net and Threshold. This is version 2.0.15 of the Flight Factor 777. It is in beta.
At your service.
Prepare cabin. We are taking off.
Of course.
There we go. That's her taken care of. One thing I like about in the Xenviro, they don't do in this one, is the cabin crew, the head person will ding you and say, the cabin's secure, we're all strapped in. Have a safe flight. You know, but I hope somebody comes out with a add-on sound pack that does cabin announcements. I really hate the really arrogant captain that this has. Yeah,
Clear
I'm
left,
just gonna
clear
take it
right.
here. And we can start to get some stuff set up there. And we'll get our TCAS on. Landing lights, strobes, taxis can go off. Flop spot. Kind of a mishmash kind of day, although it is.
Approaching 7, right.
I love how you're flying and then Navigraph says, actually we don't use 7 right. And I'm like, you're the ones that gave
Clear
me
left,
this runway.
clear right.
And the winds are still favorable. It's a 3 knot headwind. Like, whatever.
On runway 7, right.
Toga. And yes, you can take off, do your takeoff run from these stripe, like the arrow part. You just can't land on it. I asked the pilot about that. Positive rate, gear up. And it's switching to climb thrust now, which is awesome. Don't need you. AutoOrtho is running, Simheaven is running. Hence you're seeing custom sort of buildings, thanks to Simheaven. More appropriate for Vietnam, obviously. So a house doesn't look like it's from Kansas when you're in Vietnam. Now we'll leave the flaps out for now. Yeah, let's get over a little bit. Actually, let's follow the flight director. That way I can avoid the clouds. Not that I'm really worried about it with the temperature, but what the heck? Clouds are looking spiffy. Spiffy, I tell you. I've almost got my XP12 basically looking as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator. People go, that's not possible. Yes, it is. Take a look. Now, the clouds could use a bit of definition. Like a bit more contrast to them. You know, some, I don't know how to put it. But that'll come in time. Now that we've completed this turn, we will get to flaps 1. Next turn. Still hand flying. And we're basically approaching 10,000. That's flaps clean. put in some pitch down just to get some speed. Oh, absolutely awesome. Now I can do this. Autopilot on. Landing lights off. Seatbelt sign to auto and outside. No, I want shift. There we go. Lovely day, 29 Celsius. It's only about 9 a.m. in the morning in Thailand, or in Vietnam while I'm filming this. That's better. Looks good. Of course, if I had a video card with even more VRAM and, you know, like 16 gigs and, you know, like a 4070 or I don't know, a 6900 XT, 7800 XT, something like that would, you know, could up the resolution even more. But I just don't see the point of it because I don't have a 4K TV screen anymore. Got a 4K projector, but that's a pain in the butt. I watch my videos back on it, or, you know, other YouTube videos and such like that. I can just stream it through my PlayStation or through my Switch, YouTube, and watch stuff. And I watch that on a projector, but I mean, where am I going to put the yoke and the rudder pedals and the throttle quadrant and everything else like that? Sitting in a lazy boy. I could get one of those portable stand things, but excuse me, I'm going to cough. Ah, there we go. It often comes out of nowhere. See, that looks real to me. That's blurry because of the heat trails from the engine. The powerful GE90s. I can't wait till I get my Rolls Royces. The atmospherics and everything just looks awesome. Love that it's got dirt on it and that. And everything. There's the overpressure relief vent valves and that stuff. Absolutely awesome. I've shown you the interior before. It is fully, completely modeled. This is a pay-wear livery. I bought some liveries from Flight Factor. People are going to say that is ridiculous. Why would you pay for liveries? Because whenever this aircraft gets updated, the liveries get updated with it. And when the 200LR comes out, I get all the liveries I own. They all go on to the 200LR as well. I don't have to do a thing. That's why. It's just easier. And I got them on sale, I think it was Labor Day sale? I think it was Labor Day sale. So I bought a few packs of those. I commissioned a custom livery from a painter. Did it for a very reasonable price. I've been trying to get that delivery for ages. I showed Kid a picture of it. It's Peach Airlines for the 777. They don't fly 777. Matter of fact, they're an Airbus company. But I don't care. It's a simulator. I want whatever livery I want on whatever plane I want. I don't care whether they fly it or not. Now, obviously, if you're in a VA or something like that, well, I mean, you can't do that stuff. But I'm not. So, if I want to have Peach Airlines on a 747 when it's a budget carrier that barely leaves Japan, I don't care. I want it on my 747. And when the 777LR comes out, I'll get that. I'll put that on it as well. The guy said, look, when the LR comes out and the Rolls-Royce engines, the Trents, and the Pratt & Whitneys, he goes, you know, I'll change the logo from GE90 to Pratt & Whitney or Rolls-Royce. You know, give me $5. And, you know, because the other one will be, the flight model will be slightly different. It has, the LR has the 787 wings. The very slim, tapered, almost like gull-like wing. I love those wings. I cannot wait for that. And for the freighter version of this, I want that because, you know, Cathay Pacific and Air China Cargo are really big. And Thai Airlines Cargo, Emirates. So yeah, I picked up some airlines for Asia and the Far East. Somehow India is in the Far East. No, this is in the Far East. Thailand is not in Asia. It's in the Far East. Don't ask. And I got Turkmenistan and Azerbaijan and stuff like that. You know, things that stuff I like. And some airlines I've never heard of. I looked them up. They do have 777s and that, but I've just never heard of these airlines. A lot of them I had to look up, and it's like, okay. One thing I do want to get, though, is a Turkish Airlines livery. She's a breezy one, by the sounds of it there. Yeah, well, that would help, eh, bud? Standard, standard, standard. Everything up there is looking good. Strobes on, beacon on, nav lights on. APU off. Excellent. Let's go through the system page. Make sure everything is functioning properly. APU is off. Engines are doing their thing. The hydraulic pressures are varying based on, you know, it having to move different control surfaces. And all that stuff should be off. Why are the bus ties not, you would think they'd be green. Oh, you don't need those bus ties. And hydraulics, everything is flowing nicely. Compressors, I think. Cabin. A lovely 23 degrees. Takeoff speeds to leader. No, they weren't. I saw them. And besides, why would you delete my takeoff speeds? We will put weather on here. And I will take terrain on here. It's not a very long flight. It's around 400 something nautical miles. But I will, you know, pause in a minute, and I'll bring, you know, I'll edit the video and bring you back. What else did I want to check? Doors, make sure, you know, nobody's trying to jump out. Landing gear. Brake pressures and tire temperatures and everything else like that are all looking good. And the other one is flight control, so they should all be functioning properly. We're basically in straight flight right now and almost coming to level flight, so not surprised there's not a lot going there. So that's all good. We'll get it back to engines. Oops. Engines. Oh, that's good. Take another last look outside for you as we get to top of climb. And next big city will be flying over Phnom Penh. So, as the meds start to really kick in and start to work, I've only been on them for 24 hours. Whoa! Is there a thunderstorm somewhere nearby? I'm not seeing anything. And the hideous lightning in this sim is not hard to miss. We really got to work on the lightning. Although I don't know if in this version of Xenviro I'm using this beta version. If they did anything with the lightning. There we go. Talk that up. Oh, that didn't work. So you can't use free camera inside. There we go. You can see inside. You know, the other thing you get that's nice, it's a nice cabin interior. Yes, they open. Do they have flushing water? I don't know. I don't care. Coffee?
Listening.
I can bring you some coffee, Captain. Would you like it?
Sure.
What kind would you like?
With milk, please.
Milk, please.
Will do as you ask.
Take milk, please, because I tell you, that prednisone really is hard on your stomach. So is all this antibiotics. Not too happy having to take so much of it. But, you know, beats not breathing. Put it that way. So, I will bring you back. Well, actually, we'll go. This is the outskirts of Phnom Penh. Right here. Sort of the suburbs and that. It's a very, very, very big city. And you can hear the engine sort of spooling back now that they're in cruise and settling. As it readjusts the nose pitch and that, since we don't need to climb. So as it looks like we're going to get into some high level cloud, I'll bring you back. The weather's cleared up at Simheaven Bahami International in Bangkok, Thailand. We're expecting runway 1 right via the Dolan 3D arrival. So, I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for flying along with me. And welcome back. Hasn't been all that long. This is why I loved living in Asia. Literally, if you don't want to do a ton of sightseeing, you just want to sort of sit around. You saw me push this. 40 minutes from starting, basically kind of getting onto the runway, starting takeoff roll. And I'm already on descent. Breakfast in Ho Chi Minh City. Lunch in Bangkok. And literally, you know, I could have dinner in Cambodia. Like, that is what is so awesome about living and traveling in Europe and here. What do? You spend 6 hours on an airplane, five and a half, what have you. You go from New York, you end up in LA. You're still in the same country. Now, if that's your thing, cool. But I mean, I could literally, when I lived in Osaka, if I had the money, have lunch in Busan or Seoul after having breakfast in Osaka at home, and then have dinner in Hong Kong. All in the same day. It's awesome, you know. A 5-hour flight, you know, in Europe, you probably go through 6 countries flying over them. You know, and unlike here in North America, Europe and Asia have passenger trains that are actually worth riding on. And they don't tend to break down. And they're on time. And they're clean. And they're quiet. Because a lot of them are electric. It's awesome. Just like these clouds. A lot of haze. Let's go outside. Those clouds look spectacular. Next video, I don't know when it will be, but I guess I can do a little truck sim. It's been a while. What do you think? Do a trip into Arkansas? Or out of Arkansas, maybe up to Kansas. See if we can spot some bungee trucks. And that. I could do that. I've still got the same truck and all that, but yeah, maybe do something like that. I don't know, go from or Texarkana. Go up through part of Arkansas and up into someplace in Kansas or Nebraska. I got a whole bunch of new cities. Actually, there's an Arkansas event going on. So we'll probably go into Arkansas. Mind you, it runs till the end of November. And then I want to do some train sim. Like I said, if I bring back the channel at all, it will not be completely flight sim related. And you'll probably see me playing some Star Ocean or some Tomb Raider or something. I just don't want to get into a funk like I did before and then 2 years later end up shutting the channel. I just don't want to do that. We'll see how it goes. No promises. And that.
Attention all aircraft. QNH 1012.
I don't know where that comes from, but okay. Even when I don't have Xenviro running, it still does it. Coming down beautifully, I'm not having to intervene at all. It is awesome. What are we landing? 1. Well, we'll be fine. What is the heading for that runway, by the way? I should probably just dial that in now. We're doing run right. Auto brake 2. Yeah, we'll get off at Bravo 5, hopefully. 015. There. Excuse me. This aircraft is flying beautifully. Have some issues with ILSs at airports though. I don't know if it's a Navigraph thing, it's an airport scenery thing, it's an AutoOrtho thing, it's an airplane thing. I was watching Nico. Nobody outside of Zebo himself knows the 737 better than Nico. When it comes to the Zebo, he had issues at an airport. Elevations weren't right, the ILS wasn't correct, like the glide slope profile and all kinds of stuff. I watched the video. He did nothing out of the ordinary that he doesn't always do. Was it an airport thing? It was a default airport. So what would change that? You know, kind of thing. So that's been kind of weird, unless these airports, you know, because some of the airports, default airports especially, got updated in the latest version of XP12, the beta 2, which I think I'm on beta 2. Yeah, I'm on beta 2. Maybe they, you know, some of these airports have updated their ILS information and it's updated in Navigraph, and because we get our AIRAC information comes from Navigraph, which is from Jepson charts, every month. Ours is updated inside the aircraft, but it's not been updated to reflect it at the airport. Even though the ILS changed like a year ago. So, you know, that can happen. I had that happen even in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I had that happen to me back in the day in P3D. The airport changed its identifier. And so I'm looking for this. My FMC is telling me to look for this identifier, and the airport doesn't have that identifier because it's the frequencies and identifiers are out of date. Even though it's been that way for like a year. This is what happens when you get too many add-ons. You know, and it's the reason why I decided to get the pay-wear liveries. You know, because when somebody's making something for free, okay, at some point, they're just not going to update it anymore. They just don't, you know, maybe they will, and you're always grateful, and maybe they won't. Like they don't have the time. You know, and something changes with the plane, or X-Plane changes how, like the texture format, like that type of extension. You know, or whatever, and the author doesn't update it. Now you load up and you put that livery on, and the aircraft is kind of busted, and stuff doesn't line up, or it's like pink textures, and you know, what are you going to do? Go screaming at the person? No, come on. They gave it to you for free. You know, you're that upset about it, fix it yourself. So, you know, and it was like $9. Okay, and I got like 10 liveries. Something like 7. It's not like it cost me a fortune to get this livery. Heck, the money I've saved in beer alone. Being sick for like 2.5 weeks. Paid for the liveries and then some. Oh, looks awesome. It's not oversaturated. Although I have been looking at some Microsoft 2020 videos as well. People have made like streams. Microsoft seems to have toned down the lime sherbet tree textures and such like that a bit. So that's good. And no, I will not be getting Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. No interest in it whatsoever. X-Plane would have to do something pretty drastic for me to go back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I much more prefer this simulator, always have, and P3D. They're more visceral, they're more tactile. It's just something you feel inside. And with, you know, weather engines and such like that, like this now, with the Ortho, with the Simheaven, and that. And the aircraft, you know, yeah, for me, it's X-Plane. I love it. What are we at? 16,000. Okay, let's get everybody back in their seats now. There we go. Transition level, Thailand, 13,000. It's performed this descent beautifully. Now, what I'm going to be checking for, will it slow to meet speed restrictions? Wow, we got the runway already? Well, we're not that far out. I've already put in my minimums. I don't know if we've gotten a new METAR yet. Let's see. $1011, variable at 2. What does Navigraph have so I can get an idea? 1012. 080 at 4. Let's anticipate it. And if we're coming up on it, let's just do it now. Both sides. 1013 is standard pressure, so it's not really going to make any. Look at these clouds. Just spectacular. I love it. Ah, it's just awesome. This would be beautiful at sunrise or sunset. I'm not going to mess with it. We are on live time and live weather, by the way. That looks like a coastline. Looks awesome. I love it. We got a zigzag pattern that we're going to be doing as we are doing a sort of, not a spiral, but like, well, why don't I just show you? Way easier. Boom. See, we go here. Yes, it cuts it off because otherwise it's not going to be able to make the turn at the speeds we're doing. Okay, back over there. Back inside because I got to keep my eye on speeds and such. And it is slowing down nicely. Oh yeah. Awesome approach in. Our airport's over there somewhere. Oh no, it's up ahead. Somewhat. Over here. I am thinking. And I will get the legs page on here because I have a vector in a little bit. Doing the speeds all right. 10,000, here we go. Look at how many levels there's clouds at. Just spectacular. I love it. And at 10,000 feet, I don't even expect a warehouse to look, you know, huge. It's proportionate. That's what I guess that's one word I'm looking for as well. But that's Simheaven. That's not X-Plane doing that. That's Simheaven, which is an add-on. Completely freeware. There's one for any region of the world you like. You don't have to install them all. Like if you never fly Asia, the Middle East, Europe, like primarily North America, well then you just install the Americas pack, which includes Canada and South America, if I recall. A lot of farming, a lot of agriculture in Thailand. There you go, you can see sort of the pattern that we're doing. I don't feel like getting, I don't think I'll get blinded. wish they were adjustable though, but you know, like you could scroll them down, like pull them down, kind of thing, to where you want them. Slowing to 220 on its own. Brilliant. It's handling this quite well. And this is all flat. Well, I'll leave the terrain on anyway, just for that. Weather radar on the first officer side can go off. That's not necessary. You can have terrain as well. And let's bug the purser again.
Sir.
Prepare cabin. We are landing soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she sounds so happy because she wants to go shopping. Can't blame her. A lot of great markets in Bangkok. Maybe next time I'll go to Don Huang International. I think that's either the old Bangkok International or the new one. No, I think this one is the new one. Okay, and now I need to put Reppin into the scratch pad. And you can see the vector there, so. Put you to 3,000. And since we already have the DME and that, I'll just do 2,000 level change and fly towards the ILS and then just engage the ILS. Should be fine. Yeah, speeds all look good. That's awesome. I don't want to upset the aircraft. I don't really want a 25-mile freaking final approach either, but yeah, 1012, there we go. Few clouds at 2,000. That's pretty much exactly what we've got. Well, there's some a little higher. I think that's what they're talking about, at 2,000. Although we're getting there. An hour. And you're in Bangkok. Oh. And then it takes you another hour to get through customs. Or more. Literally, some flights I used to take in Asia, and this is before 9/11. But still, some countries, you know, have security concerns. You know, and you end up with, you know, getting checked a lot. Vectors, execute. And there's the glide slope. So I don't even have to worry about it. Oh, I know what I need to do, though. There we go. Had no VREFs. Good thing I remembered that. Because everything so far, I remembered the clock, I remembered the TCAS, everything like that. Why are you speeding up to 240? Not even listed in the FMC. Drag required. No kidding. Let it come around and approach. No, we're not going to need it. Sooner be safe than sorry. Okay, now where's my airport? Rempo is 2,000, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll just go down to 2,000. That's fine. That's more inland than I thought. Don't tell me I shouldn't have pushed that. Interesting, I don't have my VDEV thing. Why is there always a cloud right on the approach? You ever notice that? There's always one. Often like a mile from the runway. We can get flaps one in. We'll go to flaps 5. That's because of me putting in the flaps, it's causing it to do that. Glide slope capture, localizer live, airport is clear and identified. $130 plus 5 for the VREF. Flap 15. You're coming down. Feet on pedals and then the fun begins. Flaps 20. 25. Confirmed. Up 30. We are configured.
Approaching 1, right.
Confirmed. My aircraft.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
200.
Why did it not disconnect?
Flight slow.
That's all right. It's a 13,000 foot runway. I'm not really worried.
100.
Belt sync.
Why are you not linking up?
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Well, that was where we were going to get off. What are you doing? Why did the reversers turn off?
3,000 feet remaining.
Okay, that didn't go so well. What is with you? I had them in reverse, and then when I moved the throttle forward, which should lock onto the reverse thrusters and pulling them back, which increases the reverse thrust, but it didn't. You were off. We're on the ground. Cycle the flight directors. Well, don't cycle them, just shut them off. They're useless. Welcome to Bangkok. That was weird. I had to have done something. Wow, what an airport for a default airport. Let me get my charts up. Okay, we'll stop here. TCAS can go to traffic only. Okay, let's go outside. What an airport. This would look awesome at night. I am going to do a night flight here. This is an issue because of the ortho. I can almost guarantee it. I have that, or it's an issue with the airport. Because I have that issue also at Haneda.
Clear left, clear
Yeah,
right.
it's missing textures. Because I didn't sync. Like the wheels didn't sync. I didn't slow down. That was me on the brake pedal. So that's wow, Wow, that's weird. It looks like a lot of the international stuff's over there. There's Air New Zealand. A lot of British Airways. Do I even have a livery for British Airways? X-Plane must be doing that through the Bluebell package or something, I'm thinking. Impressive airport. If you don't mind, the river runs through it. That's actually a good movie. I should watch that tonight. Wonder if it's on YouTube.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Oh, where do we want to park? We should be able to fit in there, I think. Okay, let's slow down some. Will that work for that? Yeah, I can get the jetway. Cool. APU. Oh, I could have swore I hit that page. Is running, so APU on. On. Engines off. Beacon off. Call the ground crew.
Good day.
We are all here and ready.
Cool. Doors.
Doors to manual mode, please.
Yes, sir. All disarmed and checked.
Please open the door.
By all means.
Okay. Wait for all that stuff.
Please start offloading the luggage. We would like you to unload the catering.
Sure thing.
I know the bus and all that's going to show up, but let's toggle the jetway. Oh, you can get up now. I just want to go up real quick and take a look at the airport.
We are ready for the passengers to disembark.
Passengers will unload now.
Whoa. Is it true on the other side as well? It is. So it's either an ortho tile issue, although I don't know why. I have the overlays for ortho disabled. I think it's a actual problem with the airport, the default, because this is a default airport. I'll have to check the gateway. I'll talk to Krister and see. Actually, I'll take a picture of this so he can see what I'm talking about. There we go. That's kind of weird. And there we go, folks. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I didn't quite end the way I wanted it to there. But big airport. I don't think I've flown to this one. I think I flew to the other one before. Unless Simheaven needs an update. Because it does the AutoGen stuff. But this, I believe, is X-Plane itself. This is a laminar issue. Like it's all over kind of thing. It's like it's missing a grass texture. Or something like that. Anyways. I hope you did enjoy it, folks. I'm slowly sort of getting a bit my health back. It really did mess up my lungs and my sinuses and that. So, taking it easy, little steps. First flight in weeks and weeks. I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed my time with you and that. So, we hope to see you soon, and I hope to be back in the Discord proper. I'll try over the weekend. We'll see. But Monday for sure, because by then the prednisone and all that stuff should really have kicked in. And that. You know what? You know my normal sign-off. Stay safe. Please, stay safe. Trust me. COVID is still out there. Stay safe, be kind to one another, keep the blue side up, and I will see you in the skies, on the rails, or on the road. Take care, everybody, and good morning from Bangkok, Thailand. Take care. God bless.